huge shout out to each and every single one of you, and especially to the people who have been marching every week. Raise your hand if you've been marching every week. Well done. Absolutely inspirational. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Australian Veterans for Freedom who have been marching every week. Give a shout out to them. Give a shout out to our veterans. A team for the Australian veterans, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen. Last one. We good? Check. We good?
Sure, bang, where's your jumper? Where's your jumper? Harrison, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Australians, it is my honour to welcome you to the Worldwide Rally for Freedom 9.0. Our freedom movement is united around the world to stand for our fundamental human rights. And today, we return to the streets to resist the Great Reset. Resist the Great Reset.
Resist the Great Reset.
Resist the Great Reset.
Resist the Great Reset.
Our freedom movement stands as one to push back against the tyranny of the Andrews regime. The free people of Melbourne will never forget the horrors of September last year. Raise your hand if you were here September last year. We will not rest until we bring accountability to those who have violated our human rights. And today, I can assure you that the fight to remove Daniel Andrews from office is well and truly underway. 1 year on, we remember the world's longest and most brutally enforced lockdowns. 1 year on, we remember the brutality and the politicised enforcement of Victoria Police. 1 year on, we remember each and every single one of those people who stood as rubber bullets flew when it mattered the most. And most of all, 1 year on, Melbourne still stands strong. Before us, we face the most important state election in Victorian history. Before us, we have the greatest opportunity to change our state to protect our human rights. Before us, we see the dark pathway ahead if we let the Andrews regime remain in power. And before us, we know that our future depends wholeheartedly on our ability to overhaul the Victorian government. It's time to end all vaccine mandates for all workers and protect our freedom of choice. It's time to repeal the pandemic bill and revoke the emergency powers of the Public Health and Wellbeing Act. It's time to rescind all fines and charges pending for breaches of pandemic orders. And most of all, it's time to ensure that the Victorian government can never, ever repeat this again. We need to remove Daniel Andrews from office and prosecute him for crimes against humanity. Victorian Cabinet accountable for their mishandling of the pandemic response. We need to replace our traitorous crossbenchers and replace them with those who will stand for our freedom. And we need to end the cash for preferences deal-making of Glenn Jury and the parties who work with him. We know that Melbourne is not alone and that the Great Reset is being implemented all around the world. We know that food and energy shortages are being driven down on the people of Europe as we speak. We know that our free market economy is being reshaped towards global corporatism and global communism. And we know that the influence of the Chinese Communist Party is weighing heavily on Western governments, and it needs to end. We must protect Australia from the dictatorial policies of the World Health Organization. We must protect Australia from the corrupt agenda of the World Economic Forum. We must protect Australia from the Great Reset that aims to diminish our freedom and our independence. And we must protect Australia with a comprehensive Bill of Rights. Australians must push back against the enforcement of centralised digital identity requirements. Australians must push back against the implementation of a central bank digital currency. Australians must push back against the development of a social credit scoring system. And all Australians must join us in pushing back against the rising tide of the globalist one world government. Victoria is the battleground of Australia, and what we let happen here will affect the other states of Australia soon after. Victoria is the ground zero of the coronavirus pandemic tyranny, and we must set a good example for the people of the world in how we fight back. Victoria can be a beacon of hope for the world by rising to the challenges before us. And one day soon, I hope, we can make Melbourne the world's most livable city again. From the Westgate Bridge to the Shrine of Remembrance, from the Valley of Death to the Parliament steps, the free people of Melbourne have marched with strength week in and week out. Melbourne will rise to every occasion and challenge and obstacle in our path. Because when we come together, Melbourne is unstoppable. We are never going to give up. We are never going to give in. We are the freedom movement. And freedom always wins. Aussie! 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 Thank you!